Hey, what's up, DS3TV? I can see you haven't subscribed to the channel. It's kind of weird. You should subscribe. I mean, you know, we got some good content here. And also, go to the Twitch that's in the link down in the description. Link is probably right here under me. And yeah, should do all of that. And yeah, please subscribe. Get to see me have hot sauce that I don't really want to have when we get to 10,000. So subscribe. Hi, DS3TV. Welcome back to the channel. Uh-oh. It's not cutting off. Okay. Yeah, but hi, DS3TV. Welcome back to the channel, and yeah, we're getting back into it. Sorry, I have not made any videos in a while. I'll explain in a later video, but yeah, so we are back watching Journey to the West Part 10. I think this is a good way to come back. And yeah, let's get into the next part of Journey to the West Part 10. And I should have videos coming out more regularly. I know I've said that before, but this time I actually have a schedule. So yeah. Also, I'm streaming more regularly. Gonna be streaming 3 to 4 hours a day, starting at 7 o'clock CST every day. So, you know, if you want to catch a stream, you can. Also, I'm gonna probably leave the VODs up. I might make a VOD channel in the future, but you know, let me know in the comments if you actually. I just realized that I didn't press the start button. So, yes, now we will begin the video.
Last time on Journey to the West, our heroes reached the beautiful western kingdom of women, a thriving empire entirely devoid of men. Pigsy and Tripitaka found themselves temporarily inconvenienced when an ill-advised water break left them both expecting a whole world of reproductive pain. Sun Wukong retrieved the magic spring water to terminate their predicament, and our newly unburdened heroes gingerly trekked westward once more, soon finding themselves guest of the Empress herself, who became smitten with Tripitaka and arranged for them to be wed. Mere moments after the Monkey King extricated Tripitaka from this political entanglement, the misfortunate monk was abducted by a vicious scorpion demoness with dastardly designs on his Buddhist buns. With the help of a celestial
I like how she called it Buddhist buns.
giant rooster, which I could have rephrased but chose not to, the scorpion demoness was defeated and Tripitaka was saved. Handily extricated from this empire of entanglements, our heroes are once more free to continue their journey to the west. So our heroes are trekking westward, and perhaps unsurprisingly, speed is becoming a bit of a concern with the gang. The journey has been progressing at, shall we say, a leisurely pace, and Pigsy tries to speed things along by encouraging the horse to motor a little. The horse is unimpressed, so Sun Wukong takes a crack at motivating him and discovers a fun bonus to having once been Heaven's official horse master, the Pima Wen. As though the horse is actually a dragon, Sun Wukong has official bureaucratic control over him, and at his command, the horse tears off at high speeds, towing the unfortunate Tripitaka along with him. As the gang pursue at a slightly better than leisurely pace.
Who knew that that monkey actually could do, like, you know, was useful for this one?
Tripitaka finds himself in a fun new predicament, as the horse runs them straight into a bandit ambush. Bandits, as is their nature, demand money, which is a problem because for religious reasons, Tripitaka has no money. The bandits don't like that very much and knock him around a little, and Tripitaka makes the tactical decision to lie for the first time in his life, telling the bandit leader that his disciple will be along any minute and he's definitely carrying money. The bandits tie him up while they wait for his disciples to come give them exactly what they deserve. The gang catches up, but Monkey spots the bandit situation and tells the others to hang back while he handles it. Then he turns into a young monk and strolls into camp to see what all the fuss is about. Tripitaka tells him he told the bandits he had money, and Monkey's like, "Oh, that's genius! Tell that to more bad guys, it'll give me so much more to do." The bandits circle up on Monkey and let Tripitaka go, so Tripitaka immediately
I was like, you should have never, yeah. I mean, lying is kind of what Monkey likes to do in his, like, leisure time. to start conflict.
hops on the horse and books it, unfortunately, in fully the wrong direction. He spent so much time heading west, you'd think he'd be better at it by now. Anyway, Monkey recommends that he and the bandits split the money, and when they assume that he's looking to profit when his master isn't looking, he clarifies that he has no money. He means that they're going to share their bandit loot with him. The bandits attack, and only then does Tripitaka realize that leaving Monkey unsupervised with a crew of ne'er-do-wells is guaranteed to end badly, and he tells Pigsy to rush over and stop Monkey from killing anyone. Pigsy returns with good news. The bandits have disbanded.
Nice. Now, let's see the rest of the sentence.
from a certain point of view, on account of how they can't be bandits if they're not alive anymore. Sure enough, Monkey has killed 2 of them, and the rest of the bandits have run off in terror. Tripitaka is very unhappy about this and insists on giving proper funeral rites for the dead bandits, and as he prays over their graves, he asks them to lay the blame for their deaths solely on the one guy responsible and not any of that guy's innocent friends, which Monkey thinks is very funny because he only killed those bandits for Tripitaka, and if he didn't need to protect this hapless monk so much, they'd still be alive.
That is true. I mean, technically, yeah, he did. I'll say, technically, Monkey does have a point.
On their graves and tells the dead bandits to complain to whatever gods they want because he's on a first-name basis with all of them and most of them are terrified of him, so good luck getting an impartial judge to arbitrate that grievance. Tripitaka's pretty thoroughly seething at this point and nobody's happy when they bunker down for the night in a nearby village. Tripitaka asks a friendly old man for shelter and asks him to please ignore his absolutely terrifying disciples, and after a little hesitation, the old man and his family agree that it's probably okay to take them in for the night. The old man and his wife tell the gang that their family is a little bit splintered at the moment. The kid and the woman staying with them are actually their grandchild and daughter-in-law respectively, and the kid's father, their son, is a tragically misguided soul who lost his way and took to banditry. Some very
I think, you know, it's good to change the topic at some point, you know? I feel like changing the topic in this instance will probably work out better for you.
awkward tea-sipping ensues until Monkey cheerfully volunteers to kill him for them, but sadly that elegant solution is vetoed because the old man doesn't want to lose his only son. And fortunately, it's not too late because their son was luckily not one of the 2 bandits that Monkey already flattened. Unfortunately, he leads the rest of the still kinda panicking bandits straight to the old man's house, and upon spotting the horse outside, realizes their enemies are literally right where they want him. The bandits make some plans to kill the gang in their sleep, but first they settle in for a hearty dinner, the 3rd most important meal of the day after breakfast and revenge. The old man takes the opportunity to sneak away and warn our heroes, so they quickly bundle everything up and sneak out the back. When the bandits realize they've slipped away, they pursue, catching up with the gang around sunrise, much to Tripitaka's dismay. Monkey's like, "Hey, don't worry, boss, I'll take care of this."
Non-lethally, right?
You don't understand what he means when he says take care of it. Why do you keep thinking he's gonna do it non-lethally? You've been in trouble. You've been into trouble too many times for you to think that he's not gonna be lethal.
Non-lethally, right?
Oh, can't hear you, bye! So Sun Wukong does what he does best. Incredible violence. He just kinda kills most of them, has one of the survivors identify the old man's son among the bodies, and decides the optimal move is to behead the body to show Tripitaka, because I guess he thought that was a good idea?
Nice. I mean, technically, this is what I wanted. I mean, I guess it feels, it has the same, like, feeling that like when a cat wants to bring you food, like bring you like something that they caught or something like that. Like, no, you don't need to bring it to me. Right? Like, you could just not do that. Except this time is, you know, it's a lot worse.
Obviously, Tripitaka is incredibly upset about this and recites the migraine spell while Pigsy buries the bandits. When Tripitaka finally stops, he tells Monkey he's done with him. He's just done too many flagrant, unrepentant murders for Tripitaka to be cool with keeping him on as a disciple anymore. Monkey begs him to reconsider, but he threatens to do the headache spell again, and...
But he wasn't... The thing is, I don't understand. Tripitaka has been getting in trouble this whole time, and he's needed people to bail him. He's needed Monkey to bail him out almost 90% of the time. So it's kind of like... What are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna do without Monkey?
Taking the hint, Monkey flies away. He floats around aimlessly for a little while, considering his options. He doesn't really want to deal with immortals, gods, or dragon kings, and the monkeys at Flower Fruit Mountain will probably just laugh at him. In a way, he really doesn't fit in anywhere. Which is when he remembers that whenever there's trouble, he can always just go to Kuan Yin, so he does. He zips over to the Great Southern Ocean, says hi to Moksha, and has a little good-natured sniping with the now-reformed Red Boy. They lead him to Kuan Yin, who asks him to tell her what's wrong and to please stop crying. Monkey tearfully explains the situation and how all he wants to do is help Tripitaka complete his journey and achieve enlightenment enlightenment for both of them. Kuan Yin points out that Monkey had a lot of options for dealing with those bandits that weren't full-on murder, and he agrees that he was wrong, but he should have been given a chance to do better rather than just being fully exiled for his mistake. He plans to go to the Buddha to ask him to remove the golden circlet that binds him to Tripitaka's quest, but before he can, Kuan Yin takes a quick peek into Tripitaka's future and tells Monkey that Tripitaka will be in great danger soon. What else is new? And he'll need Monkey's help to get out of it, at which point they'll reconcile and be able to move on with the journey to the west.
Quite literally, the funniest thing is that literally every single time Tripitaka, like, throws away Monkey. Like, he always ends up needing Monkey's help. It's kind of crazy.
Realizing he's not quite out of the story just yet, Monkey settles in and starts demolishing Kuan Yin's Ben & Jerry's supply. Meanwhile, Tripitaka, Sandy, Pigsy, and the horse are continuing westward, but Tripitaka's getting a little hungry and asks Pigsy to go find him some food. Unfortunately, they're in the middle of absolutely nowhere, so Pigsy flies pretty far afield and takes so long that Tripitaka composes a whole poem about how thirsty he is, which I'm told is a common problem after a bad breakup.
I kind of want to go back and read it. Okay, so the camera died, but we are still back on the video, and yeah, I wanted to read the poem. So, I'm gonna click play.
It takes so long.
Here goes the poem. Go nurse breath and spirit that extraction feelings in nature are informed the same. Ailments arise from spirit and mind distraught when shape and sperm fail. The way declines. 3 flowers fizzle and your labor's vain. All 4 grates wither and your strive for naught. Earth and wood sterile, metal and water die. When will the true self, so sluggish, be attained? Yeah. Tripitaka just be an extra, honestly. Might as well, like, yeah. Tripitaka's being a little bit too extra.
Tripitaka composes a whole poem about how thirsty he is, which I'm told is a common problem after a bad break.
I agree that the translation is, yeah, it's literally nothing. He's just, like, complaining.
Sandy follows Pigsy to hurry him up, and as Tripitaka is left sad and alone, suddenly, who should appear but Sun Wukong with a porcelain cup of ice-cold water. He offers Tripitaka the water, but Tripitaka absolutely refuses, denying that he could ever need his help. Sun Wukong says there's no way they'll reach the Western Heaven without him, but when Tripitaka tells him to get stuffed, Sun Wukong smashes the cup, whacks Tripitaka, steals their luggage, and flies away. When Sandy and Pigsy return with some borrowed food and water, they actually think he's dead, but as Sandy tearfully cradles his body, he realizes he's just been knocked out. Tripitaka recovers and tells them that Monkey attacked him and stole their stuff. They bring him to the house they got the food from so he can recover, and Pigsy's fully on the warpath and really wants to go after Monkey, but Tripitaka points out that Pigsy has never ever beaten Monkey, so it'd probably be better if Sandy went instead, and if he can't get Monkey to see reason, he should go straight to Kuan Yin. He's learning. So Sandy flies to Flower Fruit Mountain and finds Sun Wukong reading their travel rescript aloud to a bunch of monkeys. When he asks what exactly he's doing, Wukong acts like he doesn't recognize him and has his monkeys seize Sandy and drag him before him. Sandy tells him that Tripitaka was wrong to exile him, and he understands why he's angry, and if he's not willing to come back with him to rejoin the group, could he at least return all their stuff so that they can continue their journey? At that, Monkey laughs and tells him he didn't take their stuff out of revenge, he needs it for his own journey to the west. After all, he doesn't need Tripitaka, he never has. He could do this whole journey by himself, and when he's done, he'll be remembered forever without any of those other chumps hogging the spotlight. He's just been doing his homework first to make sure he knows what he's getting into. Sandy
This is interesting.
He says that won't work. Tripitaka is the chosen scripture pilgrim, the reincarnation of Golden Cicada. Tripitaka has to be the one to deliver the scriptures. That's fine, says Monkey. I got my own. Sure enough, he presents identical copies of the rest of the group. Tripitaka, the horse, Pigsy, and Sandy. Enraged at the sight of his doppelganger, Sandy leaps out and kills it, revealing it to be an ordinary monkey magically transformed. Sun Wukong is enraged and orders his army of monkeys to attack, and Sandy fights his way out and zips off towards the Southern Ocean to get Kuan Yin's help. Sun Wukong, meanwhile, has the dead monkey fried up for dinner, picks a new monkey to be his copy Sandy, and goes back to teaching them everything they'll need to know about their journey to the west. Sandy touches down in the Southern Ocean, marveling briefly at its beauty before heading in to talk to Kuan Yin and to Sun Wukong, who's just chilling. Sandy attacks him in a rage, and Monkey dodges around.
Monkey is like,
A
what
little
is going
confused
on?
and asks him to please enumerate his grievances before trying to kill him about it. Sandy pumps the brakes and tells Kuan Yin that after Monkey's bandit murder banishment, he attacked Tripitaka, stole their stuff, hijacked the entire premise of the plot, and attacked Sandy with an army of monkeys. Kuan Yin tells Sandy that that's impossible because Sun Wukong has been with her this whole time. She's been keeping a close eye on him and he hasn't done anything even close to that. Sandy knows what he saw, so Kuan Yin tells him to take Monkey with him back to Flower Fruit Mountain to see what's really going on. Sandy is understandably suspicious the whole trip and doesn't let Monkey out of his sight, but when they reach the mountain, sure enough, they see a second Sun Wukong, identical in every way to the first.
But I wonder, why did he not think that? Because he killed his own doppelganger. And also, like, everybody else's doppelganger. So, like, how did he not...
Monkey is enraged at the impersonation and charges in, demanding to know who would dare steal his face, his home, and his army of monkeys. The two Sun Wukongs begin a spectacular battle, and while Sandy is now reassured that the Sun Wukong who attacked Tripitaka was not, in fact, his trusted friend and comrade, but this imposter, he now has the new problem that he can't tell which is which. Sun Wukong, or at least one of them, tells him to go tell Tripitaka what's going on, and he'll lead the fight back to Kuan Yin so she can tell which one of them is real. As Sandy zips off, the monkeys continue to fight, shouting and insulting each other the whole time. Kuan Yin goes out to see what all the fuss is about, and Monkey, or at least one of them, tells her that Sandy's eyes weren't refined and enlightened enough to tell which of them was real, but surely she'll be able to unravel this puzzle no problem. Kuan Yin and all the bodhisattvas in attendance stare for a long time, evidently unwilling to be the first to admit that they have no idea which is which. Kuan Yin has them separated and tries the migraine spell, but it seems to affect both of them equally, and as soon as she stops, they start fighting again. Kuan Yin says
That is such a... Yeah, that's crazy.
maybe the celestial warriors he fought when he wreaked havoc in heaven will be able to tell them apart, so they fight their way up to heaven and fill the gods in on what's going on. But they have no luck either, and the Jade Emperor has them shoot out of the hall before they wreck the place, and the monkeys take their cartoon cloud of violence back down to Earth to go see Tripitaka. Speaking of whom, Sandy makes it back to the others and fills them in, and Tripitaka is very upset to learn he wrongly blamed Monkey for attacking him when in reality it was a demon in disguise. They hear a commotion outside and see the two monkeys still locked in a furious mirror match, and Pigsy, who's wanted nothing more than a chance to really deck Monkey in the face and sees this as an absolute win, immediately flies up to quote-unquote help. After trying the migraine spell one more time, which continues to not help, the monkeys go back to fighting and zip down to the underworld to see if King Yama can tell which is which. When they're gone, Tripitaka and Pigsy tell Sandy about Monkey's hidden cave in Flower Fruit Mountain, which Sandy didn't know about but is probably where their gear was hidden this whole time. Tripitaka tells Pigsy to go and get it while both monkeys are distracted, because imposter aside, Tripitaka is still angry at the real monkey and has no intention of taking him back as his disciple. Ice cold. Meanwhile, the monkeys fight their way into the underworld, absolutely panicking the ghosts, and head for the Ledger of the Dead, hoping that it'll be able to clarify things. Unfortunately, there's no entry for fake Monkey King, and the whole thing is a little screwy anyway on account of how Monkey himself sabotaged the Ledger.
I forgot that happened too. Yeah, Monkey sabotaged the ledger, like, earlier in the earlier
That one time,
parts.
so all the documentation on monkeys worldwide is completely borked. However, there is actually an option. King Yama calls forth Di Ting, a monstrous dog-like being capable of telling true from false. Di Ting listens carefully and actually gets something. He says he knows the name of the false monkey, but he can't say it, and they can't help in capturing it. See, the problem is the identity may be false, but the power is real. The false monkey is actually as strong as the real one, and if he were revealed here, he might absolutely demolish the underworld in retribution. Di Ting says the Buddha can help, though, so the fight heads back to the surface and towards the Thunderclap Monastery, where they arrive just in time to serve as a good-bad example in the Buddha's lecture on emptiness and understanding. The monkeys stop fighting, kneel, and explain the situation. Kuan Yin also rolls up to corroborate their story and explain that she couldn't tell them apart, and neither could all the gods in heaven and the underworld combined. The Buddha explains that the problem they're running into is that none of them know everything. He says that in the universe there are 5 kinds of immortals: celestial, earthbound, divine, human, and ghostly, and 5 kinds of creatures: short-haired, scaly, hairy, winged, and crawling. However, in the whole universe there are 4 spiritual primates that do not fall into any of these 10 categories. The first is good old Sun Wukong, the intelligent stone monkey who knows transformations, recognizes the seasons, discerns the advantages of Earth, and is able to alter the course of planets and stars. Then there's the red-buttocked baboon, with knowledge of yin and yang, and understanding of human affairs, and the ability to avoid death and lengthen its life. Then there's the long-armed gibbon, who can seize the sun and moon, shorten mountains, distinguish auspicious from inauspicious, and manipulate planets and stars. And finally, there's the 6-eared macaque, a nearly omniscient being with very sensitive hearing, knowledge of past and future, and comprehension of all things. With all this laid out, Buddha declares that the false monkey, who is clearly aware of distant events in order to maintain his disguise, must therefore be the six-eared macaque. The macaque, now exposed, freaks out and tries to run, but he's quickly surrounded, and when he turns into a bee to try and escape, Buddha traps him under his golden alms bowl, revealing his true form. Sun Wukong, enraged at what the six-eared macaque put him through, kills it, which upsets the Buddha, but Monkey points
Of course he killed it. I mean, you couldn't expect that much out of him after he's been fighting him.
out he was guilty of assault and robbery anyway, and any court would have had him executed regardless, which I guess is better. Anyway, with the false monkey situation officially dealt with, the Buddha says it's time for Sun Wukong to return to Tripitaka. And while Wukong is convinced that he'll never take him back, Kuan Yin goes with him and very kindly informs Tripitaka that the Buddha himself says he was wrong to kick out Monkey, and if he actually wants to survive the journey, he'll focus on helping Monkey become a better Buddhist and disciple rather than just kicking him out at the first sign of trouble. Tripitaka takes the hint and accepts Monkey back into the gang, and with everyone filled in on the evil twin situation, the bad blood has officially been dealt with and the gang can continue their journey to the west. The heroic Monkey King has defeated his dark reflection, and our heroes, once shattered by mistrust and manipulation, now present a united front against whatever dangers they might face. But will that unity be enough? A burning mountain looms on the horizon, and beyond it a monstrous enemy that the Monkey King once called brother. Our heroes will face perils old and new next time on Journey to the West.
Okay,
And so the calendar
really
turns one.
Uh-oh. That was a really good video. Yeah. So talk to you guys in the next one. Should be tomorrow. And yeah. In the process of making a couple new channels. These are gonna have different content on it, and you know YouTube does not like new or different content. So yeah, should be fun. Talk to you guys in the next one, and yeah, peace.